Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Monday here on Toy Squad. We are live, despite the technical difficulties of me not knowing how to work buttons. Hope you guys are all well. I am faring terrible with my voice today, so we are going to pass it off to Eddie and Audi. They are both here live. I'll be playing the producer role, so I'll be hiding in the chat and harassing you that way. And Rad will be joining us soon. Looks like he lost power up in the Great White North, but I'm going to let these guys take it away.
Well, I guess he left anyways. Bam! There you go. There it is. Now get out of here. Nobody wants to see you. So, what's up, chat? What's up, Brian?
Hey, Eddie, how are you?
Good, man. Hanging out. It's Monday, Toy Squad Day. You know how we do.
Toy Squad. Yep.
Toy Squad in the house. Squad mates. Yep. Here we are, guys. So, how's everyone's weekend? How was everyone's weekend? Excuse me. Brian, you too. How was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty good. I had the old live stream last night with some technical difficulties on that as well. So anyway, we barreled through and got it done.
That's all we know how to do is barrel through. Just keep
right,
going,
man. That's right.
Every time. Every time.
That's right.
And then
so yeah, task force here. Bjorn, what's going on?
Bjorn, you live here. We know.
Yeah. Grumpy Puppet, what's up? What's up?
Grumpy.
Starboy. Hey, Joel.
Later, Starboy.
Yep. Tank. What's up? What's up? I think you can watch here, I believe, or I don't think you can watch on Rad's channel because he's currently indisposed with no power. So this is probably going to be the one where you have to watch it on at least. Well, yeah, I would guess so because he'll have to join from this one no matter what. So yeah.
I think they're all. If I picked anything up, I think they're all connected. All of them.
Oh, are they? Okay. Well, they may all be running then. Okay. Hey, Bob.
I think.
Yes, I've had a pretty good Monday. A little bit busy at work, but it's all good. Yep.
Oh yeah, we're here now.
That's right.
Time to crack some figs, talk some figs.
That's right.
Definitely get in here with everyone. You can watch. Okay, so Famine said, there it is.
There. Thanks, producer.
We're watching on his. Thank you, Famine.
Okay.
Beta Ray Bob's in the building.
Yeah. Okay. So
Nice.
okay, hey Red. 375.
Brian, I finally made my avatar to actually kind of look like me.
Oh, is that the one you posted already?
Damn it. Get my face out of here. What's that?
Is that the one you posted already?
Yeah,
on
I'm gonna
Instagram?
bring it just in case.
All right, let's see it.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, let's see it. So, I think I saw it on Instagram the other day. It's
super
kind of
excited.
okay. Let's go. Let's see it.
Let's see. Excuse my foggy camera, because of course I tried cleaning it with my thumb and made it worse. So
there you go.
I used.
That's awesome. Rigo, huh? Nice.
So yeah, so I took Rigo's body because I just felt like I kept taking that one guy from the cult. I kept taking his arm, but then I saw Josh had that arm, and I'm like, So I kept trying to figure out in my head, and you guys know, everyone in the chat knows that I've switched my avatar at least 100 times since I started this.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
And I finally came to the decision that Rigo's body suits me obviously with the vest on, because I don't have Rigo's six-pack.
Yes.
But I used Tuscan Boba Fett.
What part of him?
The head sculpt. That's all.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I got you. I was trying to see where mine is. I've got one too, but it's really crappy. It's super crappy.
Thank you. See the resemblance? Thank you, Tank. Thank you. I tried my best. Does it look like me, guys?
Oh, here. Okay. So this, not to take anything away from yours, because yours is badass, and I really didn't do a whole lot with mine except put a head on an acid rain body. But This is my avatar. But here's the head. It's just a Bill Burr head because there's not a whole lot of bald, bearded figured, guys out there. And so I sort of grayed his beard up a little bit because I got a lot of gray right in here. And so he's my avatar. And my guy in my head he's like a photographer, like filming shit that happens on the outer multiverse. He's like a part of the news crew, pretty much, and so he reports on stuff. And so anyway, so that's my my avatar for my world.
That looks good.
Thank you. Thank you.
I tried to go a little crazy and like add the head tattoos and all that, but it doesn't translate well. So I just used someone's hat from one of the Joy Toys. I can't remember who exactly. But it's all basically chicken scratch all over this little bitty head because there was no way. I tried. I used a sewing needle. I tried a pin. I tried so many ways to try to get the little M. Because you got to imagine, this isn't 1-to-1 scale. So now imagine that.
I know, man. It's like you'd have to do it on like one of these heads to really get it on there.
You're right.
Big cranium head to get something like that to work. Yeah, I don't try to. I mean, it's like painting 1/18 heads or trying to put stuff on them is the worst.
The worst.
Yeah, and even when you think you do a good job, when you take a picture of it, it'll just show all the defects that you screwed up.
And then there's me with my phase 1.
Nice.
Phase 1 clone trooper. I had to get that. I don't know. I just love that helmet so much. Just love that helmet.
It's a good one. I stole the helmet off of a Joy Toy figure, the suited assassin, and that's where I got mine from. I wish I'd have bought more of these guys because I love that helmet, but
that helmet is really nice.
But it only came with the suited assassin, and I only bought one of those guys.
I just lost my head.
Don't lose your head, man.
I don't know where it went, so it's gone. Well, all that hard work for nothing. I guess you're just gonna wear the phase 1.
You'll find it. So
see the little bitty hat.
Did you? So what? So did you get some stuff this week?
So this week, let's talk about that. Hasbro. Let's talk about that, Hasbro. How are you gonna tell me something's not coming out till May? And then you just surprise me out of nowhere. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy because I got these figures now. But come on, man. Do things right.
They sometimes don't know what their own delivery date is themselves.
They don't. They have no idea what's going on over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I got a show to do. I lost my head. So I got this guy in.
Nice.
I ended up getting 2 of them.
That's the is that supposed to be the generic
60th,
seal?
Yep, 60th anniversary action sailor recon diver.
Nice.
So these boys, I got 2 of them for the head scopes. That way I could have, one of each, and then they're just gonna hang out with Torpedo now for sure. Until wetsuit comes out, because that's what I'm waiting for. Where's my wetsuit?
Man, I'm having to live vicariously through you and Joe on Toy Domination for the G.I. Joes because I'm just at the point right now. I've missed so many, and I'm just, it's just I had to pick and choose what I'm gonna collect, and I do definitely like the classified line, what they're doing, but it's just,
I got into it late. I got to Joe's late. I think it was 2 waves in already. and I jumped on the gravy train, and I was like, I need this in my life. And then since I kind of just said, if I'm gonna focus on any line, it'll be this one specifically. Like
Right.
this is the one that I'll lose my mind over. Everything else will come when it comes.
Right, right.
But it's because you got to imagine, how many IPs does Hasbro have? Hasbro has a lot of IPs.
They do. They do. I mean, it's you
and
got
the
the big
best one.
three. You got the big three. You know, you got Star Wars. You got Marvel, G.I. Joe, Transformers. You know?
We had Power Rangers. I don't know what happened.
Is it over yet, or is it still? It's over.
They haven't announced it, but the way it's looking, Jesus. I know everybody loves plastic crinkling noises, all right? I love it. So they haven't said anything. They're basically, who was it? Who was saying something the other day? Someone said that it's basically like this. Someone asked Hasbro, "Hey, what's up with the Lightning Collection?" And Hasbro's like, "Oh, look, a bird."
I forgot who said that, but I do remember that comment. Yes. Yeah.
Somebody said, "Yeah, look, a bird."
I
think it was Rad. Yeah.
Probably. I was not the biggest. Like, I Power Rangers came out a little bit after. Well, I mean, I was aware of them, but like my little brother, he watched some and stuff like that, and so I have a sort of awareness of them. But I was like, I really didn't find out about them until almost 10 years later. And I like, and I've bought probably about 10 or 12 figures from the Lightning collection. And I hate even though I don't collect a line really, I do hate to see when a line gets canceled, just because I know a lot of people do like that line because they like they like Power Rangers, and that there's still other suits that haven't been made and stuff like that. And so I hate that. I wouldn't say it's over yet until I wouldn't give up hope yet, but it's it could be. But
they kind of just went dark on a weird note, because they said, all right, we'll take a break or whatnot.
Oh well, Famine just said until they are canceled, they're not canceled. Okay.
Basically, right.
Yeah.
And hopefully you're right, Famine. Hopefully you're right.
Yeah.
But for them to go dark like that out of nowhere, and then you start giving us teams that not a lot of people are gonna go for, and then you're remastering the original team.
Yeah, because
boom, you just go dark. What the hell? What's going on?
They haven't finished that, have they? The remastered.
The remastered, I think, is basically finished. They just have to remaster a few more figures, and then they're all basically caught up. A few teams got to get remastered. I don't think they're going to remaster all the. I don't think they're going to do that. But man, how are you going to be over 100 and some figures deep and just blah, nothing?
Well, I mean, it happens. Some lines don't get that many figures.
That's true.
So
but I'd rather it be that way. I rather take it away when it's not good.
Right. So Bob is saying that Beta Ray Bob's saying supposedly Hasbro is going to do a 4-inch G.I. Joe line, and I would, I kind of have mixed feelings about another line from Hasbro with G.I. Joe. I mean, I'll welcome all lines in that scale, just because it gives you options.
Right.
And I like that Haya is definitely, Haya right now is really the only option for for Joes in that scale. And I know they're I think some of the I guess the designs are taken right out of Classified, I think, or pretty close to it, and so I only hate that you have to get them overseas. It's like they're not going to be sold in the U.S. And so.
Right.
But I mean, I'll try to track a few down just because I like the way some of them look, and if people in our chat get them and they like say I love these figures, they're awesome, then I'll definitely pull the trigger. But I mean, some of them look really good, and like I even like some of the Star Trek figures that they have, like I like the little alien guy from the new Star Trek movie. It's like he's like I think he's roughly. I mean, they say 4-inch scale, but I think he's like 3.5 inches or something like that. And it's like I don't mind difference in scale when it's that like that. You need a little bit of variety.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
But yeah, it's we'll have to see how it goes.
So high is good. I've had the RoboCops at one point. I have the Judge Dredd and what's her face? I can't remember her name right now off the top of my head. They're good figs. I mean, the Judge Dredd's a little older, but the tooling on those GI Joes looks really good. And let's not touch too much that they are carbon copies because the Spirit looks just like the classified Spirit, like to the T, like perfectly.
Everybody has said, I'm in on that Spirit, pretty much.
I think so.
What's up, Dead Man?
Dead Man.
But yeah, there's some of them that look better than others. But yeah, I'm down for it. Yeah, that alligator creature looks awesome too. Yeah, I've seen a few people put it in their worlds, and I'm like, yeah, I might have to pull the trigger on that one. I do have a few of their aliens. The ones where I guess it was a 2-pack where they were getting lit up, and they're like all shot up and like getting their heads blasted off and stuff, and so
destroyed.
Yeah, I've got those, and some people say they're super fragile, but I mean, for what I wanted to do with them, I mean, they worked. I mean, they were fine. I didn't really take the hands off or anything like that, but they seemed fine to me.
They're pretty sick figs. They're really nice figs, to be honest. I'm assuming this goes there. Okay, cool. I don't know why his suppressor goes across from his gun, but we'll do it.
I would like to see how they get Terminator too. Yeah,
that would be freaking awesome.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
I would say so.
But
I mean, yeah, or Joy Toy, as Famin's saying, because man, I think Joy Toy would make a really good a Terminator as well, because they make some of those Necrons from Warhammer, and those are pretty good. Those are pretty good, man. I mean, and they have a good feel to them, so it's like they don't feel like fragile or anything. They feel like big chunks, Winzilla.
So Zilla. So if Hasbro, let's say, does do this line of Joes, are we getting the Walmart stuff again? Are we getting the what was that line? The very specific one?
Are you talking about?
They were like anniversary figs, and they come with the holographic cards and all that.
Cobra Island.
Are
you talking about the line? Are you talking about so they had the 25th anniversary, right?
25th. There you go.
About 15, I guess 15 years. I guess is this the 40th anniversary of GI Joe, or 30? Yeah, maybe it's the 40th anniversary, right?
We're at 60.
82. Well, I mean for the 4-inch or the 3 3/4. Because I think didn't they come out in 82 or 84? I can't remember, man. All I remember is when I was a kid.
40
I knew about G.I. Joe. I don't know what came first. I don't know if the comic book came first or the cartoon. But I do remember getting G.I. Joe #1 from a gas station on a spinner rack. And my parents were like, yeah, you can get one comic. And so I got G.I. Joe #1, and it was badass. And so I can't remember if the action figures were out at that point or not. But my dad would take me to the store, about once every couple of weeks. And he would grab me all the GI Joes I didn't have, and he was like, "You're gonna have to like, I'm not gonna give you all these. You're gonna have to like earn, to get these." And I'd be like, at the home, like, "What can I do? What can I do? Can I go rake leaves or whatever?" And so by the end of the day, he'd be like,
Whatever
"All right,
it is.
you can have them all."
Yep.
Super
This
7.
is pretty cool.
I'm popping in to interject right here. That's actually a really great question. What did you guys do for like chores or to earn money to buy toys as a kid, or did you just have really sticky hands? I'm curious. Sound off in the chat too, because that's a really great question. I picked up a lot of like cans and shit and returned cans to buy toys when I had money for toys, and a lot of them were like Christmas presents that stayed at my grandparents' house. I am curious. You mentioned, getting that and then trying to figure out chores. Yeah, sound off on that. Fucking.
Well, for me in particular, my parents lived kind of out in the country, and we had a lot of trees and not very much grass, and so there wasn't a whole lot of mowing the yard there. There was raking up leaves and pine needles, and pine trees drop pine needles all year round, pretty much. And so I would do that. I would like even do the laundry, fold all the towels or whatever. I would do whatever I had to try to get to where it's like, okay, you can have another one or something. Because back in those days, the GI Joe figures were, I think, only maybe about, maybe $3.50 or maybe less than that, maybe $3 or something. So I mean, it wasn't like there were a ton of money. So if you just my dad though, he didn't. I don't think he was really trying to, like make me earn the exact amount, how much he paid for it. But he was wanting me to like, okay, I want these figures. What I got to do to get them, And so, because I had an allowance, I think I got like I don't know $6 a week or, I don't know, maybe $7 a week or something like that. And so, yeah, I had yard work to do for me, and then if I could do anything in the house, I would do that. But it was mostly yard work.
I did a little bit of both. I had sticky fingers and I would do stuff around the house. I mean, my grandmother, she raised me. I'm Cuban, by the way, guys. I'm Cuban. I know I look like
Congratulations.
but I'm not. So my Cuban grandma, she always told me, "What do you need? You don't need toys." She comes from a place where they don't have any toys, so
right.
she was like, "You don't need toys. You don't need." I go, "Yeah, Grandma, I do need toys. I love toys." And then Pokemon, when Pokemon was a big thing, I had to do whatever it took to get that money to go get those cards, because that's just how it was. But no, the sticky hands was only later on when I was older and more rebellious. So don't worry, guys.
Yeah, I remember my grandparents would sometimes give me money. Like my grandmother lived next door to my parents, and so sometimes she'd be like, she's like, "Brian," she's like, "Will you go get the paper for me?" And so I'd run out to the to the road and get the paper and bring it back. She'd try to give me like a $5 bill or something. I'm like, "No, you don't have to give me that, grandmother." She's like, "No, go ahead and get something, buy something nice with it or something." I'm like, okay, So I got $5 now.
$5?
$5.
$5 could get you 2 Joes at that time.
I know, man. So it's like you had to do what you had to do,
Young and old.
$20
Young and old. Yeah, young and old Eddie says a 20 is a 20. I think I say it more now than I used to. I think I say it more now. 20's a 20, baby. Woo!
You guys are talking about the figures being like $2.99, $3.99. I often reminisce when I talk about like the heyday of Hasbro Star Wars figures, being able to go into Walmart at Midnight Madness with my check from the restaurant, because I was working part-time in the winters, because up here in upstate New York there ain't shit.
Right.
Take my part-time check, because I was still 19, so I had a car payment that I already owned the car, so I was just filling my gas tank, and I lived at home for free because I was 19.
Right.
Take my $120 check, hit up Walmart for Midnight Madness, and walk out of there with a full cart of figures, army build at the store for $488 a figure. Fucking blew my mind.
Yeah.
Blew my mind.
Okay, so the green. You remember that when they re-released the Star Wars figures before Phantom Menace came out and were Power of the Force? You know, they had the original. They had the red cards or orange cards maybe, and then they came out with the green cards. Well, I think those were about what, $3 or $4, weren't they, back in the day, something like that?
They were $7 at CVS, and that was the only place I ever saw them at retail. Kmart always had the pegs, but they never had the toys on the pegs, so I can't tell you from experience.
I'll say I know that the orange card ones were the ones that came out, and those are the ones that sort of disappeared quickly because everybody's like, oh shit, Star Wars toys again. And so people started buying them thinking they were going to put them back and you know, like make money, you know, like the original ones did, you know. And so but I mean, I remember buying like one of each one of them, and you know, of course they had the variants with the different size lightsabers, you know, that they had going on. And so by the time the green wave or the green cards came out, those were everywhere. I remember seeing them at Walmart. I remember seeing them at Kmart, and they had like a whole end cap. They probably had like 100 figures on that end cap, you know, and you could go through there, and they would. It seemed like they would put out their new stuff like every Saturday, and so like every Saturday, like at 7, 8 a.m., we would be there, and we would be like going through stuff, you know, and trying to and you know, you were talking about how you spent your money like from, I guess, your job or whatever on those figures and stuff. Yeah, I remember having a job too. I was working at a factory, and I had more money than what I, you know, could spend at the time, you know. And so I remember going in there and being like, "Oh yeah, I'll take 12 of those," you know. And so it was just, man, it was a fun time, you know. So
I always said I had more money than sense back then because it was like no responsibilities, just going to pick up toys. Like I wasn't, you know, wasn't boozing, wasn't using drugs, nothing. Like that was my drug, was toys.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that was
my grandfather was a model railroader, and he'd give me shit, and then we'd go to the train show, and he'd come home with like 10 boxcars. I'm like, these are the same fucking plastic.
Same thing, just you know. Yeah. My dad, he collected, or he didn't collect, but he painted miniature army men, and I can't remember what scale it is, maybe 1/64th or something like that. But they're the ones that were not quite an inch. They were maybe 5, I don't know, maybe a half inch or something like that. And I can't remember the brand name, but yeah. So Grumpy, short saber, long tray. That's right, man. They had those variants people had to chase down. But he painted miniature army men, and I'm like, and I'm talking about the things are almost the size of your thumbnail. And so he was painting those, and he was making little dioramas with them, you know. And he had like tanks and airplanes and shit, you know. And I just kind of think it's funny how, you know, he was doing all that, and now I'm kind of doing sort of the same thing on a bigger scale. But he's definitely the reason I'm into all this stuff, because he definitely pushed. You know, he would buy me extra, you know, bad guys to army build and stuff. I didn't even think anything about it. But he's like, you need more than 2 stormtroopers, you know, or 2 warrior guards, you know. And so he's definitely the reason why I buy all the shit I get, you know. So
he's a big influence, huh?
That's right. My mom,
awesome,
I don't think she really gave a shit. She was just like, you know, Bobby, quit buying him all these action figures, you know. And so, yeah, anyway.
They don't need any more action figures.
Yeah, he's got enough of them, you know.
My grandpa was bad for buying me coloring books. That dude loved to buy coloring books for everybody. And he would, when Pokemon was a thing, even though he'd complain when I just fucking flap my gums about it, he took me to the mall when the Pokemon tour was, and they could put Mew on your game, and they were giving out cards and stuff. And like, he made sure I got there. We missed the cutoff. It wasn't his fault. Like, it was just gridlock traffic outside. But like, he went out of his way to help me with my collecting and stuff. So it's like, even though he'd give me shit about the toys, he'd still, like, when I had my Jurassic Parks, I gotta find that MTV DVD and find out how we can watch it on the channel. But this closet where Gimmick is, I had a shelf and it was all fake grass and shitty fake like really amateur. Like I was bush league, fake trees and stuff, but I had dinosaurs things over here, and then on that wall there, which was behind me in my interview, was all my Star Wars stuff on my Tatooine shelf. And my grandpa would be like, "Hey, if you want to get some trees, let's go get you some railroad trees," and we'd go and get some railroad. So like he always supported me, but also was like, stop wasting your money on that stuff.
Right.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think that it's, there's a lot of people that didn't have anybody to really, I guess, give them that push, or try to, not take away their happiness or whatever. And anybody that encouraged that, I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Anybody that encouraged that, man, it's like, that's a great thing. Those dudes look awesome.
Oh, yeah. And for whoever doesn't like G.I. Joe, great army builders for whatever you want them to do, because they're very non-specific.
Yeah, those don't really look like G.I. Joe, to be honest with you.
Yes and no, just because I know Torpedo, and this is basically Torpedo, just
with all the gear on him.
Basically, except they bring some pretty cool stuff. The propeller, the swimming propeller, which is really nicely done.
That's awesome. Famine is asking if you can pop and swap the heads.
Yeah. So each one brought a mocha and a vanilla variant.
Nice.
Where are my Spanish people, Hasbro? Come on, man. Don't make me start getting all weird about it. But no, this is great. Like, I love this. A perfect army builder. Perfect army. Who else did that? The Trouble Bubble.
Oh, yeah.
The Trouble Bubble did that.
Did the Trouble Bubble have...
Oh, he came in.
Both
big.
Did they have both heads on both versions?
The four packs of troopers that Hasbro's been doing seem to have the a lot of diversity. Like the Hoth four pack that I got had a Hispanic head, a white dude, and another I think it was a black guy, and then an old ass white dude. Like I guess they couldn't think of an Asian or something from that scene. They couldn't pick somebody out of the background, but I'm hoping. But it was just. Like they're getting better with diversity and having different having different head sculpts so that people get represented.
Well, they definitely need to do that. I mean, hell, nothing
another
else.
Good thing is
put an alien head in there.
Well, another good thing is that if you buy two, and one of your white guys' heads has a bunch of black dots on his nose, you could just pop the other one in.
Is that what happened to yours?
That one's clean, yeah. I just looked at it now. The black gentleman looks great, though. Yeah, they're both pretty clean.
Yeah, Bjorn, grandparents seem to be ones that will sometimes push...
Biggest enablers?
Yeah. Pretty much because it's like, in a lot of people's lives, they're like, well, we can give him what he wants, just send him home. His parents have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So the Imperial 4-pack, I guess that's what Family was talking about as well. There's a lot of diversity on that.
That's great.
That's right. We need it. That's right, Family. That's right.
We need diversity, man.
And so, I mean, while we're talking about diversity and everything, and these Star Wars 4-packs, I wish somebody was watching this stream from Hasbro and would put an Alien 4-pack out, just.
Come on, guys,
There's a lot of people would be interested in that, I mean, currently there's not. I don't even know. I can't remember off the top of my head because my brain sucks. But how many aliens are currently out right now? Like the past couple waves of Hasbro, of Star Wars, the vintage collection. How many aliens are out there currently? because I think they need to, you know, have stormtroopers on the regular, you know, because everybody needs stormtroopers. Oh, that's right. You did get the big 5-pack. Yeah, that's or 7-pack maybe. Maybe that's what it was. But yeah, the Jedi Army builders. Yep. We need more of that. You know, personally, that's what I think. I mean, put up 4-pack of, you know, a Rodian. You know, I mean, I guess we do have the Jabbas, goons currently. I forgot about those guys, but you know, a Walrus Man, Hammerhead, you know, Rodian, and somebody else. I mean, those. I just think those would sell great. You know.
I agree. More diversity, Hasbro. You heard it here first.
Yep. That's right. Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
right. There's a lot more human figures out right now in Star Wars than there is aliens. Yeah. What is that?
The diving mask.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see it now. Oh, that's awesome.
So
Yeah.
So it comes like this, but then you could add that one piece onto the front of it. So that's pretty good. They added a lot of stuff for this guy, man. He's got a lot of stuff.
I would also like that, Famine. I want that Athorian as well. You know, they made the Black Series at Doc. Who is it? Doc Andor or Andor?
Andor's, yeah, Doc Andor's.
So I mean, they've got the mold there, you know, and it's like they can, you know, I know the Hammerhead, the Momon Adon character is actually in the pipeline, I think. So once they get that first one, you know, in the new TVC, they can, you know, they can pump them out. We know they'll do repacks, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Galaxy's Edge, yeah, Doc Ondor, yeah. So I mean, I just want a Hammerhead in TVC. That's all I want, man. You know.
I remember I got for Black Series, I got the droid pack that brought C-3PO, R2, Rex, DJ Rex. Brought DJ Rex, and it brought someone else. Who was that other?
You talking about this guy?
I can't remember. Yeah, Rex. Oh, you got that same pack.
Yeah, it's the Galaxy's Edge one, the single.
That's the one?
Yeah.
Oh, you got the single. Okay.
Yeah. I was in line at Target at 7 a.m. when they released them, so I had to grab that one. He actually works pretty good in scale for the vintage collection, or a 4-inch line if you want to.
He was my bartender for a little bit in Barbados.
Nice.
And then now he's my librarian. I'm working on a library, little by little.
I had him being like a, I don't know, like a droid helper, and I was gonna have a droid shop, and he was gonna be like, you know, a sales droid, you know.
Nice.
But
let's see one of these guys with their gear on. I like that they use like actual plastic on the goggles. Just can't be too handsy with these guys with all their gear on.
Yeah, it would not be hard, Bob, because you think they have them somewhere laying around, you know, the molds.
Yeah, I think with that, Bob, I wouldn't be shocked if they use that buck for an X-Wing 4-pack, and I think we're going to get our first alien X-Wing pilot in that line as far as TVC goes. I've got a feeling. I read something somewhere that I probably shouldn't have read, and that was something that was discussed. And so when it was one of those things where you hear it and forget about it. But when I saw the pipeline reveal of that, started to kick the gears around, and there's more than likely going to be a new 4-pack, and it's going to have an alien, if not the all aliens, which would be pretty shocking, but welcome, I think.
Well, didn't they used to make some of those in those comic 2-packs? Didn't they have like alien,
Yeah, those were they were the ones with the shitty swivel elbows.
Yes.
And you couldn't really do anything with them.
But it seemed like they took more chances on that type of. Well, of course, I guess they wasn't owned by, Disney then. I guess so.
Yeah, that, and they owned the rights to the comics and all that stuff, so they could just produce. But also, they own Marvel now, so
yeah. Yeah, so they look pretty good, Eddie. They look pretty good. I was always a big Torpedo fan, and I hate that I didn't get one of him. And I might probably still get one, but I'm really upset that I didn't get any of the eels because they like sold out so quickly. It's like the snow serpents. It's like, how in the hell do you put out these limited figures, it seems like, and they're like some of the fan favorites. I was like, I don't get that. Put the limitations on Night Force Roadblock or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Something that not everybody was really a fan of, but you're gonna put limitations on regular fan favorites. That's just, to me, it's I don't know. I just think that's not the greatest.
I don't know. They're so all over the place, and I'm here for it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm here for it, but they're all over the place. They want to bring out this and then wait so long before you get more of that,
what I think someone told me was, I don't mean to cut you off.
No.
But I think I think the answer, I think that was for that question for me was they're going to do the retro card with those figures, but they won't have all the the bells and whistles that originally, like I heard somebody say they're going to redo the snow serpent, but he's not going to come with the wolf head, in the retro pack, and I don't know.
I guess.
I don't know. I think that, if that's what they want to do, that's fine. That's where they can make it like a classic, like an archive. To me, if they want to do like Star Wars is doing and have like an archive, series to where they bring out some of the, the ones that they haven't had in a while. Yeah, see, those guys are awesome. And I love those guys.
This guy looks very retro.
Yeah, that one does for sure.
They already have it there. It's already there.
Yeah. So yeah, snow serpents are pretty cool. I love those guys, and so my sort of feeling was I might sort of pick and choose some of the Cobra figures, and I'll get some Cobras here and there. It's just, I don't know. Like I said, it's just me, actually pulling the trigger and buying them. Because it's like I like those Trouble Bubbles. I don't have either one of those yet, but I would take either one of them because I don't mind the Python Patrol colors, and I like the way that some people did the that little pop and swap with the Televiper with, I think, maybe Snow Job's jacket or something. I'm not sure. It was like some little pop and swap that they had. Like, it looked like he was like in weather, in Arctic weather gear, and it was a Televiper head, I think, with I think the top, or maybe the top torso of Snow Job, I think,
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I don't know if you've seen that one or not, but I thought that was kind of a cool,
I think I did see it. And somebody had painted it all up, or was it still white?
No, it was not. There was no paint. There was
popping and swapping.
Yeah, it was just they popped and swapped stuff off. I think it was the Snow Job and it was the Televiper, and I think they used pieces from both of those to make the Arctic Televiper, I guess, or something like that. But anyway,
are you more of an Arctic guy?
Me? I do like Snow Job and
Snow
he's
Job
good.
is wow.
Yeah, Snow Job and like I said, the Snow Serpents. I like those guys. Any kind of like, I don't know if you ever read the comic or whatever or the comics, but they had in like issue 2 they had Snake Eyes, and they were I don't know if they were in Antarctica or someplace like that, but he was with the Eskimo, and he had like the big sort of green parka, and he had like this. I think he had like like a skeleton head necklace, and so they actually made that in the
Super 7 did it.
well. I was gonna say I don't know about that, but they made yeah, they did make some of those like that, but they made the actual Snake Eyes figure the Hasbro made, and I have it somewhere around here. But yes, anyway, they made that figure, and I would like to see that figure in a 6-inch scale, if they would do it. But yeah, so that one's pretty awesome. I'm gonna try to see if I can find it in this box of toys. I've been organizing the room lately, and so I've kind of put things in spots. But so is that your only pickup this week?
This week, well, I have a few things coming, but this was what
That's
got
what
here
I'm
on
thinking.
time.
Now, did you find that through Pulse, or did you find that on some other site or something?
So I had them all pre-ordered on, I think, Post, and then something happened. Oh, I found the head. I was stepping on it the whole time. Nice.
Really?
Paint rubbed the crap out of it. Nope, we're good. All right. So, I had them on Post. Then something happened where I deleted Post. I got angry. We won't talk about it. Me and Josh are very alike. Yes. Get angry, just destroy stuff. So then,
When? Yes.
I went back on Amazon the other day and I was like, man, they're still here. Thank God. Like the whole thing. They're bringing out that one guy. Yeah, man, that thing is sick. Yeah, that's way better than the Super 7 one.
This was one of the I think it was the 25th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken. That was one of the figures released because they did like at some point they did like cartoon version, or this is the cartoon appearance or something like that, or the whatever. And so that was one of the, I guess, the subheadings was the comic version of that guy from that storyline. But yeah.
Quinn.
Yeah.
I think his name's Quinn. That's what they were saying. That's what they're saying.
Yeah. But yeah, Super 7 did do a version of that guy with the sled and Snake Eyes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
But I think it was like $100 or something like that. Thanks, Red. I used to have all the G.I. Joe figures. Well, I collected from the beginning to probably about the late 80s. And so for some reason I transitioned from action figures straight over to comic books. And so I didn't really buy very much. I didn't buy too many action figures after that until after I got out of high school. And then I started buying them again after that point. But yeah, so I don't like have any of my stuff because it all got accidentally thrown away by my grandparents. Yeah, I know. I've said it before. It sucked, and I've dealt with it. But it's like all my Star Wars, G.I. Joe, and Transformers. It all got tossed because just anyway, whatever. But so I don't have anything from like those days except for like a handful of figures here and there. But I did buy all of the 25th anniversary Joes when they came out, and I pretty much kept them all on card until about 4 or 5 years ago, and I just wasn't doing anything with them. I wasn't really into the 3 3/4 figures anymore, and so I sold them on eBay, man. And I hate that I did it now because it's like I could have used so many of those figures for this stuff. Even I mean, just customs. You know what I'm saying? And so I did keep a few that I opened here and there from the Rise of Cobra, and I guess maybe I don't know, Pursuit of Cobra or something, or whatever it is. But anyway,
Pursuit of Cobra. Pursuit of Cobra.
Yeah, that was the one where they had the toy line, right? Anyway, so yeah, I've got a handful of those guys, but anyway, so I only have one purchase this week, and I bought my wife something on Amazon, and to get next day or get shipping that same day, you had to spend $25, and so I needed something to make it go over $25, and so I bought another Cad Bane.
Nice.
So I cut the top of this off because I was using some of the paper for putting underneath my bookcases to make them a little bit more level. But I got one of these guys already, and I'm trying to figure out what a good way to customize this guy. But this is an excellent figure. I don't know if everybody in the chat has one or not, but it's really good. It's a really good figure.
I need a Cad Bane for my world for sure.
I'm trying to figure out a good way to customize this figure, and I guess I could just pop the head and hands off of it and put something else in there, but man, he really does look good, and so you could make up all kinds of stuff with this guy. He could be your space cowboy,
Don't let me get that body. I'm gonna switch my avatar again.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I think this is definitely the best Cad Bane figure I think that they've ever produced, personally, in my opinion. But
yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he does have a different look. Yeah, he's always been a good villain. So yeah, that's right. I could do a Clone Wars version. You're right. Oh, nice. Okay. So he's got two and swap the other with Acid Rain Lambs. Yeah, I will say that is something, if a lot of people may not know, is you can't, with a lot of these newer Star Wars figures that have the ball peg that you can pop the legs off, most of the Acid Rain figures are the same size ball peg, and so you could put them on the Star Wars figures or vice versa.
Dang.
They look a little bit, it just depends on which figure it is, depending on, how big the waist is or whatever. But yeah, you can swap some of the pieces from the Hasbro, from the Vintage Collection onto Acid Rain. I've done that with a few of them, and so it works.
So you're saying newer Star Wars could pop with any Acid Rain?
Yeah, anything like I would say within the past 2 or 3 years that have the legs on the ball peg. Like,
let's do it live.
Yeah, so you can take them off and put them on there. Like I made a couple of Mandalorians with Acid Rain legs to make them a little bit beefier. But like I said, it just depends on the figure, because I think all of the Mandos that are currently out have the ball peg, if I'm not mistaken. And so I think those all you can change out. Because I've made a couple of customs that I've changed over and popped and swapped, and so yeah. Anyway, you can do that. It just depends on which one it is. Like I said, the Mandalorians for sure you can do. Most of the newer bodies that have the ball pegs, you can do that, but you need to make sure before you try to yank off a leg that it is. Yeah. Okay. That's Bjorn saying, so some of the newer figures you can fit on Marauders and Diamond Legends figures, yeah.
So this, besides the bot, are the only acid rains I have.
Okay. Is that the I'm trying to think. Okay, I know which one that is. That's she's got red on her armor, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this is the thing. They made the body to where it's not a woman per se. At least she's not a voluptuous woman, is what I'm saying.
So it can. So yeah. So basically, yes. I know what you're saying. It's like you can kind of pass for a guy, the body, anyways, because the armor, right?
Well, no, even like let's say I pop this armor off, she has no chesticles. None. Like there's no chesticles in there whatsoever. Let me see this side better.
Okay.
It's basically a male body with her head on there, which is
Right.
great. I don't mind. I don't mind. Whatever. She does have the stuff on. But these bodies are pretty dang good. Now you're making me look at it like I should switch over to Acid Rain.
Yeah. Come on to the dark side. And
Switch over to Acid. Let's see if it works.
And grab you some Eagle Force figures while you're at it.
Well, I got Eagle Force. I got 2. His head's too small. It's way too small.
What head is that?
So this is this Boba Fett.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So, okay. So you can pop heads. Like, I'll show you this. This is Eagle Force with Savage Opress head. It works, right?
Right.
I think it works. It fits. But some of the smaller human heads for Star Wars, it's like
Made this.
is that that's the Boba, right?
The Boba with Kylo's helmet on.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. That's a great swap.
He's just
like so did you pop? So his head, does his head have the cloth around it as well, or do you have to?
So this is. I'm assuming this is an older TVC because he's real tall. It's probably not even TVC. He's real tall. It's probably one of the like regular release figures. Wasn't anything specific of Kylo.
Yeah.
He's real tall, real lanky, and maybe I think he's like maybe 5. No, he has bends in the knees, so he's more than 5 POA.
I'm not familiar with the later lines of Star Wars from that time. Like, I know they had 5 POA, but I can't remember if they ever had any that had bendy knees or not. But
I don't know where I shoved that body.
You sure it's not? Are you sure it's not a vintage collection figure?
Let me find that body. It's right here. Hold on. Oh.
But yeah, so you can actually swap parts on the Hasbro figures, some of the newer ones.
No, I
like they said, Acid Rain and Eagle Force can swap on the Hasbro figures.
I lied. He's not 5 POA. He's definitely a vintage.
Okay.
So there's the body.
Okay.
He's got the knees, the ankles, the single joint on the elbow. So yeah.
Okay. That was probably one of the. I guess that was probably one, I don't know how many versions of Kylo that they made in the TVC, but I don't have one, so I'll have to track one down. But it wouldn't surprise me if you see another re-release of that guy, repack.
I loved him, man. I know a lot of people called him a crybaby and all that, but I loved him.
I think that's a cool custom that you did with it.
Hey, Animal, we'll talk. We'll talk because I do want to start like making my own little characters, kind of like I did the Boba Fett with the
yeah, that dude looks awesome. It almost kind of has a Destiny feel to it, you know. Cade,
Okay, Brian, giving
I mean,
ideas.
you know, if you wanna, if you could put a, if you had some kind of like robotic head that you could put in there, man, with that cowl that he has on him, I mean, that'd be pretty sharp.
It barely fits on there, but once it's
Yeah,
on there, you can't even tell.
yeah, that looks good, man. Yeah,
It looks pretty cool.
yeah. That was gonna say that's the closest we'll ever get to Destiny 3 3/4 figure. You know, like I wish
Yeah,
they would, you know.
He hangs
Okay.
out with this guy.
Is that okay? So that's Weekway. Is that who that is?
Yeah, the newer version.
Yeah, yeah. He's awesome. You know, and I
Released.
found out because of famine, because he took all the clothes off of one of the Star Wars figures, and I found out it's the same body except it's got a different color palette, and the same body
Yeah,
but
yeah.
different color.
Yeah.
Could you not say it like I was trying to undress the figure? I was trying to take the armor off so I could use the base
Famine.
body. Jesus Christ.
Famine, the figure's not the only thing you try to undress every time.
Hey-o.
Ew.
But yeah, so that was a nice little find for me. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy more of those figures now because I knew you could take the head piece off, but I did not know that you could take the rest of it off. And so, to me, they're hiding a damn good, buck under there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. This guy doesn't have that was that conversation we were having. That this guy doesn't have that armor piece. It's just
That's right.
this.
That's right.
It's just this.
Yeah, because this is a totally different alien. Because that is I guess a weak way, right? And so the other one was I call them like the dog face guys.
They are. Thank you, Famine. I've been eating a bird all day. Thank you, Salmon. Salmon. Sorry, Famine. I love you. Flip me off again.
The middle finger was for Wenzilla for this comment right here.
Oh, I thought I was getting it. But I agree with Wenzilla.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Fly, birdies, fly.
It's just a bunch of birds out here, man.
Yeah.
So this guy and this guy are like the pirates in my world right now. And I'm trying to give them a whole crew. So little by little I'm buying more and more aliens.
Hey, so do you want to see another alien you can make pretty easily? Just
Yes.
2 figures, just to pop and swap, and you can do whatever you want to with. But and I think people have done this one already potentially. I haven't painted his neck. I've just popped the head off and popped the hands, but it's a Nikto head on an Andor body from the show.
Yep. That's pretty good.
That's a good alien character you can make.
So
I went
now-
all in on those re-release of the Jabba Goons. I mean, I probably bought 5 of each one of them just because I missed out on the first time around and they were so expensive. And so getting them for like $16 is a hell of a deal. Yeah, I don't have that one. That's one of the. Well, I don't want to say it's one of the one Acid Rain figures I don't have, but okay.
So that
Yeah,
head
so some of the newer heads, the alien heads that are a little bit bigger, will fit better on the Acid Rain bodies. The human heads, are it just depends on the size of it, but a lot of the alien heads will fit on Acid Rain, the neck bulbs.
So these are way bigger. The Star Wars, it's bigger.
Yeah.
It's bigger, so that's obviously a good thing.
Yes.
But this guy specifically, I'd have to give him a haircut for it to
Because
like.
you can't, because you can't turn his head because his hair right there.
He's kind of just in that pose forever.
Yeah, that guy, his hair will get in the way of a lot of things. So it's like, you know, just give him a little cut,
That's
a little
true.
fresh cut.
I was trying to pop him around, but I guess for now he could just stay here until I feel like maybe he needs a new body.
That's good advice. Famine said heat it with a dryer and then ice it where you want it.
Oh, the hair. True.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yep, you could do that.
Except it's super like all the way. I mean, maybe, yeah, actually. Let me see. Can we manipulate it a little bit? It's supposed to sit on his shoulder, Famine.
You can give him a fresh
you
cut.
can. Yep, he's gonna need a cut. If it's gonna happen, he's gonna need a cut.
Yes, that's what it is. It's a stealth. It is a stealth acid rain red. That's what I was trying to remember.
I have the box somewhere. I don't know where it is. I can't remember her name. I got her, the bot, the big blue and orange bot.
Yeah.
I forgot his name now.
Yeah, Josh. I had a Star Wars figure that I left in my jeans, and we washed it, and it dried it, and he became. Yeah. It was one of the.
Camel bot. Thank you, Red.
It was one of the Star Wars guys from Return of the Jedi, maybe General Nadine or something like that. He had a blue short shirt and black jeans or black pants, and yes, he definitely shrunk a little bit. Like he was a little smaller than the rest of the Star Wars guys. I'm like, oh shit, I can't believe I did that. But yeah. Anyway, they will shrink a little bit in high heat.
Any of them?
Huh?
Or Star Wars? Star Wars figures specifically?
Wars. It's a Kenner figure from back in the day. Not anything new. Not anything new. I don't know that anything would make it through the heat now in the dryers, but
I don't think so. I don't think so.
It depends on how much heat got to them, but anyway.
Definitely need a pirate crew.
Yeah. Well, it'd be great, if Hasbro was like all Johnny on the spot and be like, well, we had those space pirates from season 2 of Mando. We're just gonna start making some of those in a few packs, I mean, I'm all about getting some random aliens, droids, troopers. I mean, I'm all for that, but it's, that's something we're just gonna make at this point ourselves. That's the beauty of Star Wars is basically, the aliens and droids and troopers, and that's what everybody, that's what a lot of people love about, Star Wars is, I mean, yeah, I know you got Jedi and you got, the Empire and stuff like that, but I mean, it's like, the background characters, I mean, they're just as important as the main characters,
The street level stuff.
That's
Can we
right.
call it that? The street level?
Yep, street level heroes.
Hey man, those are usually the coolest ones.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love Jedis, because Jedi, but the dude with the gun, the Han Solo, he speaks to me more.
Right. Yes. They need more of those types. I mean, it's not
way too many Han bodies in that world right now. Too many Han bodies. I need to start painting Han bodies.
Yeah. The Obi-Wan figure is a good buck that you can paint up and put alien heads on. Just FYI. So the white or the cream colored top and the brown pants, you can make a lot of alien types with that body, and then I like my my Biff guys. Those I think Famine said it a few times too. It's like that Biff they've released is an excellent figure for customizing, and I'll pop those Biff heads on anything I can just to changed up a little bit, just because, you know, I think I
Yeah,
know,
a big-
I know everybody's saying there's a big asshole face, creatures, but whatever. They're cool. They're still cool.
It looks like an alien and a
Yeah.
badass alien. So my question is that a Sith or a Jedi?
This guy actually, even though it's on the Luke body, I hadn't really made any. I haven't really made any. I was going to maybe make this guy a food industry, guy. I was going to maybe paint it up a little bit because he sort of had like the little apron. It sort of has like the little apron from his shirt. It's not really an apron, but it's the cloth goods from his shirt. And so
Cut the back piece off.
yeah.
Cut it off and leave the front on. Yeah, that would look perfect.
Yeah, and so that's a choice you could have, but yes.
Oh,
The Bith are known for that. Yeah.
I've heard the rumor.
Yeah. So do you have anything else, Eddie?
No, man, I've been just looking at these guys. I got one just ready to get off the boat. Like, not off the boat, but just get out of the water.
Yeah.
And then one about to go in the water.
Yeah. Those are pretty awesome, man, I have to say. If you
All
don't
the
mind,
divers.
how much were those?
I'll tell you right now. Give me 1 second.
I was
On Amazon, these go for, I want to say 30 something a piece, 35 a piece. $34.99. Yep, 35 a piece.
Okay. Well, that's not too bad.
I mean, you're looking at, I don't know if it's going to catch it, but you saw it. There's so much stuff in that box.
Timbo,
There's so
what's
much
up?
stuff. Timbo.
Yeah, you get a lot of stuff from it. It's not like it's not like a $24 Marvel Legend figure
Right.
that doesn't have an extra pair of hands or anything. It's like,
It has nothing. That brings
yeah,
nothing.
exactly. You're paying $25 for one figure with nothing, or
When
$35
When was
for
I ever?
yeah, yeah.
Is that the Zach Wilson? Zach Wilson? This guy? Zach Wilson? This guy? Who's Zach Wilson?
I don't know who that is.
Owen Wilson? Because that's starting to make sense. Because this guy looks like Owen Wilson. This guy. Who's that?
Wow.
Do you know who that is? Famine?
No clue. But
Animal.
shall we bring it in, boys? It's Monday. We're hitting the 7:15 hour. What the hell? Did you just offer to fist somebody? But thank you everybody so much for tuning in to Toy Squad. Apparently it's a football player. We're man. But thank you everybody for tuning in. I will have my live tomorrow, 9 o'clock. We've got the World Makers Consortium on Friday. Audi, do you have another live scheduled anytime soon?
No, not currently. I will at a different. We're probably going to do another one maybe a month from now.
Keep us in the
Talking
loop.
about the future or the next wave that's about to hit.
Gotcha.
So we'll probably do that in another month.
Keep us in the loop. We'll get that out there. Eddie, you got any other lives going on this week?
Maybe something random throughout the week, but World Makers Consortium on Friday. I'll see you guys there.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're all well. Enjoy your night. And from me to you guys, to Sweet Me, and from all of us, thanks for watching. Be good, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Thank you, guys.
Like it now.